He got
Wow.
blown away with what Nuka does. And he goes, oh my gosh, Daryl, this is the most important message that we need to declare to this country. Everybody needs to know that the best healthcare model is right here in our own country.
Right.
And nobody knows about it. I mean, Dave Chase has been writing about it. He put a whole section in his last book about Nuka, but it's like we need to shine a brighter light on the
Absolutely.
fact that an entire system is built around these principles, and it works. Only healthcare system when the president's Malcolm Baldrige Award twice. In fact, probably the only organization to ever win it twice.
Yeah.
The patient satisfaction is 98%.
Wow.
They've improved their outcomes better than any other healthcare system in the world. And they spend half as much money on healthcare. And countries from all over the world travel to Alaska to figure out how to mirror their healthcare systems based on that. And when I met them 3 years ago and said, well, whoever comes up from the lower 48, they said, no, not really, nobody ever. I'm like, that's a problem.
It is
So
a
this
problem.
whole aspirational movement has been, from that point on, my effort to shine light on their model, which is called an aspirational healthcare model, and to drive that message to the business leaders who actually run their companies.
Right.
Well, and you know, it's interesting. If we go to the very principles of what made Nuka so fantastic, is that they're the only healthcare system that had the opportunity and took the opportunity at the very beginning of building a healthcare system to ask the customer what they wanted.
Yep.
Imagine a healthcare system built on the customer's needs.
Right.
Which is what we don't have in this country.
No.
And what they heard them say was, we don't want a paternalistic system that simply tells us what to do and fixes us after we fall off the cliff. We would like a healthcare system that actually journeys with us on our path of life, helping us reach our life's aspirations, actually helping us be successful in life.
Yeah.
And it's like, that just resonated with me so much that I'm like, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what healthcare should look like.
Right.
So my vision, having been inspired by Nuka, is to take innovative healthcare to the next level, where employers and consultants recognize there is more value in driving each one of your employees into maximizing their well-being and helping them exceed their desires and helping companies build the culture to support that, because nothing has more impact on the health and well-being of their workforce than that.
Right.
And everything else we build, like innovative PBMs and TPAs and platforms and onboarding platforms, is secondary to what healthcare could look like, especially when you think of what the true business objective is of the buyer. So now I'm going to take you back to our discussion with Vistage.
Yeah.
So for the last 12 years, I've been getting in front of groups of 20 CEOs and asking them the question, why do you buy healthcare? What do you think their first response is, right off the top of their head?
You broke up. You broke up a little bit.
What do you think the first response that just comes right off their lips when I say,
have to.
Exactly. They say, I do it because I have to. It is just a part of what I have to do. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. I do it because I have to. And then I say to them, well, did you know it would be $10,000 cheaper per year per employee to just pay the penalty? So you can't tell me the reason you spend $14,000 per employee per year is because you have to. Sorry, That's not why you buy healthcare. So for the first time in your life, maybe think about what's the real reason you buy healthcare. And it's amazing because it doesn't matter where I go, which group I talk to, anywhere in the country, they always tell me the same 4 things in the same order. This is just a brainstorming conversation with them. And they tell me to attract and retain top talent.
Yep.
To create a healthy, productive workforce. because my product is better, my clients are happier when my employees are healthy and productive. I want my employees to be satisfied with the quality of healthcare I provide. And I wish it cost me less money. So that's what I hear over and over and over as what the business objectives are for CEOs. And then I ask them the key question. Do you ever measure to see how well the second largest cost of doing your business is working at accomplishing what you just said you wanted? What do you think they tell me?
No.
Never. Never.
It's almost comical because these are smart, really smart people.
Of all the data they could possibly be measuring relative to their health plan, gaps in care, high-risk participants, disease states, there is no measurement more important than whether the whole thing's working to accomplish the business objectives of the buyer.
Right.
And yet we never measure.
And every other aspect of their business, they measure.
Exactly.
They measure to the nth degree.
Exactly. It's like I wake them up to this blind spot that are like, oh.
Yeah, I don't,
I can't argue with it. I can't argue with it because you're right.
Yeah.
And then I say, okay, does your CFO get a bonus to bring profitability? Yes. Does your sales director get a bonus to bring in sales? Yes. Does your COO get a bonus to create efficiency? Yes. So does your HR director and benefits director get a bonus based on how well you accomplish your business objectives for spending the second largest cost of business on healthcare? No. Now, what about the consultant and broker who's advising your HR department? Do they get more money when you accomplish your business objective?
They probably don't know.
They go, I asked them, well, so how do they get paid? I don't know, probably commissions from the insurance company. I'm like, exactly. So do they get rewarded when you do reach your business objectives or when you don't reach your business objectives?
Exactly.
And who can argue with me?
They can't. And then the second they look, they would see and they would go.
I truly believe that the real heart and soul of fixing healthcare in America is waking up business leaders to their biggest blind spot.
Yeah.
And showing them that very, very simply and easily, they can define their business objectives. They can measure to see how well they're getting them. And they can reward their internal and external teams based on how well they get them. That is not very difficult to do as a CEO, but it is the most important heart and soul of fixing the American healthcare system that's not happening.
Right, right.
Now let me bring you back to our conversation about NUCA and coaching. Imagine an employer realizing that they could have a healthcare benefit for their employees to try to attract and retain them that included coaching every person personally in exceeding their desires, both personally and professionally.
Right.
It's like, it's a matter of just putting the puzzle together.
Yeah.
Helping them see that healthcare is more than just when someone falls off a cliff.
Yeah. It actually, it should be everything to prevent that from happening.
And nothing can improve mental health and physical health, even if you are managing a chronic condition, than a highly focused, productive person who has a vision and who has a coach that's supporting them and reaching their vision, has impact on everything from loneliness to depression to physical ailments to, it's like NUCA got it figured out 23 years ago. So why not shine the biggest light on what they're doing and teach business leaders how they just need to wake up to this huge blind spot. That is what next year's conference is all about. So the purpose of next year's conference is to get CEOs across the country to go to Anchorage and during the morning, learn through conference sessions and speakers how to buy a better product at a better price to leverage their business objectives. And the afternoon and evenings will be experiencing amazing Alaska wilderness adventures and collaborating with other CEOs shoulder to shoulder, talking about what they just learned.
Yeah.
Flying on a helicopter to the top of a glacier, taking an ATV out and seeing the bears, fishing for salmon. I mean, that is the vision of next year's conference.
I love it.